Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Goodo Yarrow and the name of my vlog is called Scent of Water Vlogs. So today I actually have the poolside to myself and it's a lot more quiet. I am sure you can hear that there's hardly any noise and the kids are in the playground. I'm just so excited today. So since we still have sunlight, let me quickly make use of the sunlight before the sun sets. And I took a I took a poll on Instagram as to whether or not I should do a vlog about shooting my shot, or I should do a video or do a vlog on matchmaking. I'm definitely going to do a vlog about matchmaking because that's as a topic I have several points on. But like this vlog about shooting my shots, I have to do it because the sun is about to set and it's me that decided to do poolside video. Thankfully, nobody's by the pool today, so I have minimal noise. Minimal, not that there's zero noise, but there's minimal noise to the glory of God. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm just going to, by the way, I have my notebook here. So like, because I tried to jot down as many points as possible, I do not want to miss out anything. I may still miss out stuff and I may still make reference to stuff later on. But I just try to make a jotter full of stuff so that I have like bullet points that I can always make reference to. And I would, pardon me if I take a few seconds and I look into it, but I'll try not to lose eye contact with you guys. I realize that it's really bad. I do it a lot. So I just look away, and I'm going to be as minimized as possible. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, shooting of shots. Let me give you guys a timeline of my opinion. My opinion has never been steadfast. Steadfast love of the Lord. Okay. So my opinion has never been steadfast and fixed in one spot. It has always been like it has transformed. For longer than I have known, it has actually been no, it's the guy that shoots his shots for me. Then I found out a point in my life that as much as that's how I felt about it, I was actually acting in the direct opposite line of shooting my shots, as in leaving it to the guy to shoot his shots. I started to shoot my own shots, be it stylishly, mischievously, whatever. I shot shots, and then now I'm back to, I don't want to shoot my shots. I'm back to when it is my husband, God will tell him it is God will tell him and he will shoot the shot kind of thing. So we will meet each other in the center of God's will kind of thing. That's what I believe God. We will meet each other, he will come and propose, I will come and I will now be like, oh, okay, I want this or I don't want that. I don't want to have to be the one to know first. And even when I do know first, even if I do know first that it is him, I'm not gonna shoot the shots. It's gonna be God that will be like, hey boy, that's the wife, and I'll be like, oh, you're finally just catching the memo. That kind of thing. That's what I think, Sha. I don't, for now, that's where I'm on. But let me give you like a transformationary or a metamorphosis answer, like my history and everything. Basically, I'm looking at my notebook now. Don't mind me. Basically, I'm going to give you like 3 of my short shooting experiences. I'm already laughing ahead of time because they're all so embarrassing. I don't know if I should start from when I was younger to when I was older. When I was older, so okay, let me give you the most recent short shooting story of mine. Please don't look at me differently from now on. I'm opening up to you so that people will not do what I have done or will not make the kind of errors I have made in life. Alright, so let's say last year I was in Benin before I deployed to Lagos State. So I was in a law firm for about a month, then I deployed to Lagos State where I got to, complete my youth service year, my national youth service year, the Nigerian scheme for fresh graduates. I completed my National Youth Service Corps scheme attachment in Nigerian Port Authority as a legal officer in that office. So before I got redeployed to Lagos State, I was in Benin for a bit and I worked somewhere. So while working there, how I would keep myself entertained, aside from reading the books I had to read and going to court, honestly, that wasn't really my thing. I hated it because I'm not really a litigation fan. Who knows, I may still go into it later in life, but like, it's not my thing. I've tried it and I don't like reading mass volumes and like my attention span will just try and rebel, and it takes a lot to bring me back. And I'm like, when there's so much of law and so much of other things in life you need to do, why are you punishing yourself? So I focus on the major giftings that I have. And long story short, I was in the law firm running my youth service program, and I was feeling this boy on my timeline, like light skin, light skin. This is not a bias to dark skin. This doesn't mean I have never been with people that are dark skin, or that if God gives me a dark skin man, I will say, oh, God forbid, you're not for me. Nah, not me. But I just like light skin, right? I have family members that are light skin, and I took a liking to them as a child. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just a liking. So it's not a preference thing, it's a liking. Yeah. So I took a liking to the boy, light skin. I noticed that we had similar interests. He's a rich boy, or he seemed to be a rich boy. So when I say rich boy, I mean rich in exposure. Like, if I say, oh my god, Cold Stone is not nice, but I like Ben and Jerry's. I like Cold Stone. I'm just saying that if he wasn't only his understanding of ice cream was broad. Like, he could create his own ice cream. He could say, oh no, I like pistachio. I don't like walnuts. I don't like almonds. That I like people that are diverse in their experience and knowledge. So you don't necessarily have to have experienced it. You may never have traveled out of the country, but like, I'm attracted to someone is knowledgeable. So he was both knowledgeable, he was both knowledgeable and exposed. And so I shot my shot. I used to try to talk to him on the timeline on Twitter, and he won't answer me. So on his birthday, I wished him a happy birthday. Then I slid into his DMs that I was coming to Lagos State not too long after that time, and I felt that. Sorry, pardon me. So I was coming to Lagos State shortly after the time I shot my shot, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that he should choose a restaurant where a budget that can feed both of us for 10,000 naira, because I can't do more than I don't want to do more than that, not that I can't. And I'm like, so he's like, oh hi, okay, thanks, that he would let me know and everything. So I got to Lagos and I was so excited. I had even made sure I packed. I got to Lagos for this youth conference, and it was even before my redeployment had come in. But the National Youth Service Corps, our local governments, the people in charge of our zonal area at that point in time permitted a few lawyers to travel. I'm a lawyer, so they permitted a few of us to attend this youth conference being held by the Nigerian Bar Association, which is an association for lawyers. Please take time to watch my NBA experience 2 videos ago. Yeah, so he told me, I bossed him once I got into town because I had packed really nice, not so nice, but like something really good. I looked really good. TM linen shirt, white pair of jeans, nice sandals, matching handbag, a handbag that would match my shirt, matching lipstick even. So like, I had got to the hotel that they checked us in, we all checked in, had our bath, hung out, had dinner. We had such a good time. I think that's an experience that if I could go back in time, I would happily go back and have it. So we went there, we hung out. Then I sent him a message that, okay, so what's his plan? What does he think? Has he chosen somewhere? And I think he was a bit overwhelmed. Maybe he thought I was joking. And he was like, okay, that he can't think of anywhere I should choose. And I'm like, no, that I actually can't think of anywhere. And it was your birthday, so you choose. So he chose, and then we went to this place called Utazi in off in Crescent in VI. So we had a very nice, meal. I think he had afang and I had maybe native soup or seafood okra or something. One of my most. Another day we'll talk about my favorite soups. All right, so we had that. There was that. Then for some reason, I just thought that had opened a doorstep, had opened a pathway. Not like, and I kept telling him at the dinner table that if he wasn't happy, if he wasn't interested, it's okay. Like, there's no big deal. There's no force, or there's no company. I'm not one of those people that insist on, oh, okay, my mother gave you a job, the least you can do is be nice to me, or buy me stuff, or I gave you a lift the other day, so you must be licking the floor every time I pass. No, I'm not like that. I don't like to think like that, and whenever I do catch myself talking or thinking like that, I like to correct myself and correct the impression that someone owes you something because you did something for them. I don't think it's nice. Learn not to do stuff for people with an intention, because then you will be disappointed. So we had our dinner, and Oga just was a bit offish. I just kept feeling like I was the one pushing it. But then I now reminded myself that now you cuckoo shoot short. So now you, as you have started it, you have to continue. That's one of my major advices against shooting off short. If the guy is really ready for you to shoot your shot, you will walk. You will walk. Some guys say that they're more mature about it, that no, I'll be so happy if a girl shoots her shot at me. I will not make it so difficult and la-di-da-di-da. But I just feel like when you've already removed all the work from his domot, waiting can remain. He's not going to stress himself. Just going to take it as it goes. But this one was genuinely not interested. It has nothing to do with making shakara for me. This guy was not interested. He was just dragging his feet and back and forth. And I just kind of like, I just felt like, no, I can't. The only time I felt a bit of enthusiasm was like, oh, let's go see a movie, or do you want me to get you some dinners and come and see you? There was no fire. There was no, hi, how you doing? How was your day? I felt like I was the one doing that on and off. So I was really, really like torn. There were days where I would be all, I'm on to this. Then when I see his replies, are coming in 5 years after I sent him the message, I'm just like, I beg. It's never really this deep. it's really never that deep. Considering that I was even saying, let's even start with a friendship and just see how it goes. One day I'll talk about how I feel about that, and I don't. But summarily, I don't think that that's a sensible thing to do in relationship or marriage wise. If you're kingdom focused, marriage ready, I don't advise that whole seeing it as it goes thing. Just know where you're going and work towards it. That's what I think. You want to write SAT. If you want to go to America, right? Most people want to go to America, or not most. Some people want to go to America for university. 6 years planning of their life ahead of the admission to university is not too long, right? So why do we feel like that about marriage? Why do we shame people that feel like, no, you're too marriage focused, it's too marriage ready? It's true. You need to learn to calm down, let the Holy Spirit guide and lead you. But if I can attend a school from when I'm 12 to when I'm 11 to when I'm 16, 17, write SATs, then get admitted in view with admission into some place that's not in the same country that I'm in. Why can't I get into a deliberate relationship? So I don't feel like that whole scene as it goes thing is the advisable route to take. But that's another topic for another day. This is short shooting that we're doing now, so let me not turn this into a preaching session. Yeah, so then there was that. That was like, this is just as recent as last year. Then 2 years ago, a very long time ago, sometime in my university, there's this guy I met. He was so sweet. I went for a barbecue at his house. It was for his friend, so it was they're very family oriented and all of that. I mean, the guy was really nice to me, I had gone out with a friend and I honestly didn't fancy the idea. I had packed my load even that if I had to sleep, on the promise that if we had to sleep, there was availability of accommodation and all of that. I got there, people were falling asleep on the couch and I was so sleepy and tired. I was so upset. So this young man sees me, it's his house, and he's like, oh, would you like, to sleep? And I'm like, by all means necessary. So we went to so he showed me to where I could stay and all of that. He was with me, had a conversation. Then my friend started calling me. I was so angry. The friend started calling me after, I don't know where she slept off. And then so she came. So all of us slept off together, basically. But I just found that very, very sweet of him. So I buzzed him some days after. I got his number and I buzzed him like, oh, hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for that other night and everything. And he replied and he's like, oh, okay, sure, that's, anytime I'm up for it, that we can hang out. And so that's how me and him started our own hanging out. And honestly, it was a quick downward spiral. Nasty, stupid, horrible experience. But it was basically because I put myself out there, because I made myself seem available. This young man felt, okay, this is an available young man. He wasn't ready to commit. He was very sweet, don't get me wrong. Very sweet, very nice, very lovely family. And would always, he's like, oh, if you're ever in Ibadan, make sure you let me know. You can come over and have dinner. There was always that blank check. But what are we doing? We had even discussed it once, and he's like, oh, okay, let me know, what he has to say about it. And that was just how I was in. You know how unraveling a thread, or you maybe there's I don't even know how to explain it, but long story short, I was just going on a random for no reason. Then my first boyfriend, I was about 16, 17, pardon me, 17, just about going on 18. This young man, I just made myself available, you get, I was just there. And, I would be friends with his friends, take up hobbies that he had, just making myself available, basically. And which is really silly. Like, I'm permitting me to deviate a bit. Really, really silly, because I'm full of my own personality. I'm really my own person, and I'm very, very grateful to my mentor, Bukola Wishika. Like, she has said it on several occasions. Like, this whole thing about shrinking yourself, trying to take up a look or a frame that society has given you as a woman. Stop it. Don't get involved. Don't start that journey. It's not a journey to begin. And I agree. Like, there's just so much of me to be. Why am I trying to be somebody else, or trying to take up? Not that I'm trying to be a better version of myself, but trying to be the version of myself that God has called me to be. I'm just trying to take up a frame. Like, imagine me not liking the color blue, and I like so many colors. I now start trying to like blue. Start trying to like cobalt blue. Start trying to like, and I don't, as in, why do I need to like blue? That's such an irrelevant thing. Juliet. So my point is, my own short shooting experience has not been successful. Maybe if it was successful, I'll have a different thing to preach. But like, in shooting all of my shots, I learned that don't take up the character of somebody else trying to impress somebody else. And a man is not blind. You don't need to help him see you. Are you calling him blind? He has two eyes. Do you get? Like, why are you trying to help him? See you. You can see. I can see. You can see. You that saw him. Can't he see you too? Do you understand? So I don't think it makes any sense for you to help him out to see you. It really doesn't. I'm still going somewhere, Sha. Please don't stop watching the vlog. Alright, so yeah, an interesting and scriptural angle to short shooting would have to be Proverbs 18:22. I remember last month I was in a newly married friend of mine. I was in her house, and another friend, a mutual friend, all of us are friends. We were all together. So let's just say I was in Titi's house and I was in Buki. So Buki and I were discussing in Titi's house. Titi is the newly married friend. So Buki was like, oh, we're talking about short shooting, and she's like, no, there's a man's place and everything. And that was really me before. It's a man's place. After all, Proverbs 18:22 says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, and all of that. And I was like, that's so true, but we need to be very, very careful and spiritually sensitive to the extent that we realize that God can actually wake a woman up and be like, that is your husband, or make the move. Don't shut God out, don't box God in a corner. There is nowhere in the Bible that says that a woman cannot shoot her shots first. But if you want to go the kingdom way, you must ensure that you are spirit-led. You must ensure that that is truly the voice of God. And you cannot wait till when it is a husband matter that you now say, I heard God's voice, that's my husband. You don't hear God's voice about the lipstick you should use, about what you should eat, about how you should apologize to your mom because you are rude, or how you should talk to your mom about this new job that you want to take up that pays less than this your Chevron job. Do you get? You don't hear God on those matters. How is it now husband matter? How is it now husband matter? Well, God is infinite mercy. He chooses that will be where he begins with you to teach you how to hear his voice. I know that God is our God, very unpredictable man, and sorry, God is very unpredictable. So I can't box him in a corner as well. But learn how to hear God in the small stuff, because you won't hear him in the mighty stuff if you haven't heard him in the small stuff. Okay, so long story short, Buki and I were talking about hearing marriage and all that, and Buki is all, Proverbs 18:22, and I said yes, but I said be careful as well. Then I cited the example of Ruth. I said, if not by only woman, Ruth wouldn't have gone to sleep at the feet of Boaz. You know how she was dressed up by her. Go and read the book of Ruth, it's very short. So Ruth was basically dressed up, asked to dress up, go and sleep at Boaz's feet at a point. She could have not gone, because the option of Boaz sleeping with her, saying, I don't want to marry you again, go home, or not even sleeping with her, but going around town to tell people that he has done her, was there. But she shot her shot in that regard. So she played her part, he played his part. But then, if a person I like to call my sister, my on-screen Instagram, social media sister, we're not that familiar, but like, her ministry is really blessing my life. Her name is Hephzibah Francis. She released a video the other day called You Don't Need to Help a Man See You. And honestly speaking, when you're done watching this as a lady, you must go and watch that video, because she shook a table I have been lying and sleeping down on top of for 50 years. Kidding. Basically, she just said stuff and I'm like, oh dear, that this applies to me in every single regard. Anyway, what she said about the book of Ruth resonated with me deeply. Long and short of it is that, based on Ruth chapter 2, verse 10, Ruth found grace and favor before Boaz. So what you are supposed to do as a lady ideally is to find grace and favor. Pray to find grace and favor before your God-ordained man of God. There's something that Apostle Selman Joshua preached, a fire sermon, when he came to Lagos State, and it was about the tripartite nature of a woman. I don't know where that message is. I can't even make reference to it. I think you should just YouTube it and Google it. You would eventually find it. Apostle Selman Nimak Joshua. Apostle Selman Nimak. That's his name, sorry. I added another name. He basically preached, and what he said that, just stuck on me, and I use as a prayer point, is let there be a divine, like a beauty of yours, like a distinguishing, like a fragrance. There's something that will distinguish you from other women. Let it resonate with your husband, because when it happens, there's nothing anybody wants to do. The person can be Shakira, the person can be Beyonce. Your husband is not leaving you. You are your husband's wife. Do you get? And when I say leaving you, I don't mean like, okay, go and be with the Beyonce and come back and be with you. No, I mean your husband is your own. He receives you as his gift from God, because God is the one that woke all of his insides up, like, that is your wife. Do you understand? So that has become my opinion. And then another interesting thing I like to mention is there are two guys that had shot my shot at in the past. I don't even know if they remember it because it was deep in their social media a very long time ago. Both of us have become friends now. Like, I don't know if they're just trying to be nice to me and they don't want to make reference to it and make me feel awkward. But like, we're really good friends now. There's one particular one that at the time I was shooting shot, I didn't know he was getting engaged. But now he's getting married and I've been making noise all around the world that, oh my god, he's getting married. So we're really good friends. And but like, whenever I remember that I shot my shot, I'm like, awkward. The other one, we're also very good friends now, but like, as in, we moved on past that. I don't even know, like, how will I put it? I hadn't met them physically then. I had been shooting my shots stylishly, not that whole strategically positioning yourself. The one I was strategically positioning myself, the one that is just about to get married. I had specifically said, oh, I would like to buy you ice cream someday. He never answered me, and then we now met each other sometime this year. We're now really cool, and maybe he remembers or not, because I deleted the DM. I don't think he saw it. Oh my god, you never seen it. This is so awkward. Like, if you're watching this right now, Mr. Man, come and answer a question. Yeah. So, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about societal norms, ego, biblical misinterpretations, and all of that. So, permit me to bring you up close, a little more closer, but personal. It's a very deep aspect of this topic. Okay. So, stuff to note about this whole shooting of shots. The thing are, like I said, societal norms, ego, biblical misinterpretations, allowing God to do it for you, as in to make your husband notice, or your potential boo to notice you by himself, allowing God to do it, and then realizing that you can't help God. Remember that song and even Bible reference that says all of my help comes from God. My dear, all of your help comes from God. There is nothing you can do that will help God. Somebody may hear this and be like, no, I need to help God by being A, B, C, and D. You're not helping God. It's just a requirement per se. It's like, it's true, you need to be broken, you need to be yielded, you need to be submissive, so that when it is time for God to mold you into so and so's wife, or into the capacity that he needs you to be the wife of A, B, C, and D, you're moldable, you're available. Do you get? That's right. But you're not going to help God. You can't help God. It's God that will help you, basically. Do you understand? So get that right. Then, concerning shooting of shots, you have to be very aware of societal norms. Many of these boys are not, it's not that they are averse to a girl shooting their shot, they may even be flattered. But by the time it's like, oh my god, he and his friends are in the office over tea or whatever, they're gisting, and they're like, he's like, I met one correct babe. In fact, the babe that I would never have thought in my life I could have dated, but she shot her shot. Then he's like, so then he's like, she even shot her shot at me. Oh. Then his friend will be like, really? Are you sure she's not going around Lagos State doing that same thing with people? Societal norms have boxed people into a certain corner, has cheated them of several testimonies, but we can't ignore the reality of the fact that we're in Nigeria. So if you must shoot your shots, that is my emphasis on the fact that if you must shoot your shots, you must be spirit-led. I don't believe the Holy Spirit will lead you to where your heart will get broken. And I believe that the Holy Spirit will, even when maybe you are insisting on something, there's a Bible passage that says to be careful how you make prayer requests. Because if you make prayer requests based on an idol in your heart, the answer to your prayer will come based on that idol, that kind of thing. I've forgotten how it was mentioned, but basically that's how it was kind of mentioned. I'll try and look it up and run across the screen. But the point is, you need to be very wise and super duper careful how you shoot your shots in this society called Nigeria. For those in Nigeria, my sisters in Nigeria, my kingdom sisters in Nigeria, these people I'm referring to, you have to be careful, because like I said, the Holy Spirit will not lead you where you'll be hurt. And even if God tells you that this is your bobo, this is your husband, you need to carefully ask, okay, how do I know? Am I supposed to chill? Or God, can you shall talk to the boy? Do you get? Well, my own is God talk to the boy too, not about that thing again. Then there's ego. Some people like to be the one that did it. I have a friend that got told who her husband was. He didn't end up marrying her. Oh, well, now she says that actually she feels like it was really her that just wanted it, or that there was some, misunderstanding generally. Not that it was her that wanted it, misunderstanding, but like in her insistence on, getting in touch with the guy and all that. Maybe God just needed her to get the process started and over with, so that the boy would eventually say no and she would move on with her life, kind of thing. The point is, she got married in the end. he got married to somebody else, pardon me. And now that he's married to somebody else, she says it that when she looks around, his circumstances and their story, she feels the guy felt a bit caged in. The guy felt a bit like, oh, his mom and his dad, his dad was in on it. A pastor friend of his that he looks up to was in on it, and he just wanted it to be that whoever he gets married to, he got married to because he met her on his own accord, he liked her on his own accord, and that's an understandable thing. Maybe there's a guy that he's a guy that his parents have been controlling his life all his life, and he just wants to be an adult. We always say, grow up, man up already, blah blah blah. This one is trying to man up, and then you from nowhere you come and you're like, it's you, I like you, and you're really sending cupcakes and kidney to his office, and he's not feeling very good about it. Now, I beg you not to misunderstand what I'm saying. I would never ever encourage or preach that a woman should be culturally, I don't know how to explain it without sounding like I'm rebellious. I would never say that you should pick culture and societal norms and values over what the Spirit of God is saying. I have a guy that told me point blank that he would date me if not for the fact that he was younger than me. Do you know I only found out recently that he's just about 2 months younger than me? Do you know when I found out, it broke my heart to absolute pieces that he was not that much younger than me, but he would rather pick what society has to say and determine how it molds his opinion of me and both of us. And maybe I dodged the bullet because I don't want a man that will come home one day and tell me it's true that we're Christians, but like we have to give our babies tribal marks because we don't want to be culturally rebellious and seen as rebellious. After all, God says that we should live at peace with all men. Do you understand? So I'm just saying, be sensitive and aware that there's ego and there's norms, there's societal norms, there's ego involved. So just be careful when it comes to shooting your shot. Yeah. All right, people of God. So I had to shift location because the sun had set and all that. So I just want to round up, And in rounding up, I want to remind you that if you have not subscribed, kindly do so. Share this video, like, comment, everything. I'm open to answering questions. Yeah. So in rounding up the topic, I was going to say that you can't be pointless about shooting your shot. Even a soldier that shoots literally from a gun has an aim. So know your aim, have your aim. As a girl, you can't also be shooting at everything in trouser. It doesn't add up. Like, find how you want to shoot the shot and do it with sense. I remember hearing the story of Funto Ibuye and how she shot the shot at her husband because God had told her husband was her husband. So she shot the shot. He prayed. It was confirmed that it was God's will. They got married. She even financed the marriage for a bit before they continued to carry on in the marriage. So you need to know what you're doing, because if you go and shoot shots and you're a materialistic person, you haven't heard from God hasn't worked on you about being patient with your husband. If he's not financially okay at that point in time, you don't mess stuff up. So you must understand that the Bible, I believe that's in Songs of Solomon, tells us not to awaken love before it is time. So God knows how deep passion can get, and he expects that you act accordingly. Act in such a way that it is under control and is a curtailed feeling or emotion or passion. So don't go around shooting your shots if you can't handle it. You're not emotionally mature to get a no and all of that. So my own advice for babes is shoot your shots if God tells you to do it, and go along with the Holy Spirit. Don't drag him along, as in let him lead you before you shoot your shot. That's my own opinion. People will read it or hear this and be like, oh no, that's so immature, that's so biblical and medieval times and blah blah blah. Look, to each his own. That's why I specifically said my own formula is no, but if you must, let it be that God said go ahead. So I don't believe there's any better advice than that. If you must shoot your shot, make sure God said it. Don't manipulate your way into a guy's heart. Somehow nature and life and final babe or whatever will manipulate you out of it, or the girl he's meant to marry will he will just find a better person he would have to work and be so happy working at it, and he will go out for that one. You that made it so easy for him, he doesn't see the value. So I'm not one of those people that think that your value is based on being chased and worked hard for and blah blah blah. No, but the truth is, let it be that God tells it to him and puts it in the heart of his son. He will receive you as his gift from him. So that was the prayer I prayed about my husband. And long story short, to God be the glory that when it's time for me to give my testimony about how I met or how I was toasted by my husband, you will hear that you will hear about it. So when he comes, you will hear about him. So all the best. Watch my videos, like and subscribe and share. Thank you. Have a nice day.